Hello and welcome to episode 49 of Beyond the Finish Line, the podcast for runners of every pace, every distance and every goal. This is our second last episode for the year and we are so excited to talk to you guys all about our goals for the year. Did we achieve them? Did we not? And what are our goals for the year ahead? I am your co-host Georgia. I am a 5-time marathon runner, a content creator, and I'm currently training for my first ever triathlon. And sitting with me today is my other co-host Matt. He is a 5-time Ironman, an ultra marathon runner, and he's also the co-owner, as am I, of the Performance Project, Australia's largest growing endurance community. How are you going, Matt?
I'm a lot better now that we finally got the intro done, Georgia. I had 3 attempts, and for whatever reason, I'm just not talking well today. It's just not happening. So,
and then I went and did it first go.
I think that's the first time Georgia's ever nailed the intro first go and did it perfectly, and I couldn't talk for the life of me. So here we are.
Here we are. And if it makes you feel better, Matt, I actually can't breathe right now. So... But hey, second last episode feels you've totally shot us in the foot this week because we probably would have stopped last week, but you said you want to get to 50 episodes. So here we are doing it again the week of Christmas.
I mean, yeah, and we're going to record 2 episodes in the same week. So I've double shot us in the foot. So
yes,
here we
that's
are.
Okay. We love doing it, and that's how much we love you guys. We are very excited to do this episode today, as much as we joke and say that he's shot us in the foot. But I think we all need a holiday this time of year, so I think
that's more it. Yeah, we should have been a little bit more organised and recorded a few episodes last week. But here we are.
Here we are. But hey, look, things have changed. We've gone from being completely chaotic to just being a little bit chaotic. We've come a long way in 1 year, haven't we?
Oh, huge year. Especially considering I couldn't even get you on the microphone to start it. You were like, we're not doing it. No one wants to listen to me.
Yeah. This time last year, I was like major freaking out, being like, I just can't do it. I don't think anyone wants to hear me. And now I'm like, you know what, guys? You have to hear me again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine. I love it now. I feel so confident doing it. And hey, the intros are slowly getting there after a year.
I mean, that was your best intro yet. If you leave this year with that being your best intro, that's a win for sure.
That is a win. And I had to rescue you.
You sounded like a news presenter. You're like, had your papers shuffling them. You were fucking ready to go.
I wasn't even thinking too. There was nothing
See,
there.
when you don't think about it, it's sweet. My problem was then I got in my head about it and I capitulated. Couldn't do it.
Also didn't help that I was laughing before the timer went off for you to start.
Every time I went to talk, Georgia would just be like, classic. Just like sabotage me.
Come on, try and do it now.
Yeah. No, don't fuck it up, Matt. Jesus Christ. Just whispering it in my ear.
Oh, it's a bit like that, but that's fine. We got there. How's your week been? Give us your highs and lows.
Highs and lows. Back into like some form of triathlon training. Which is also my high and my low because I realize how unfit I am currently, which I walked on a 5K run. That's how bad it was. I blew up.
It's not bad. It's normal, but I get what you're trying to say.
I mean, relevant. Like less than a month ago, I ran 104 kilometers, and on Sunday after I did a brick run, and I went out too hot and just blew up. So,
well,
a fall from grace, if you will.
I mean, that makes sense. If you went out too hot, it's your own fault.
Well, I mean, it was meant to be a tempo run. Like I've got 10 weeks to get ready for this 70.3, and I was like, oh, I'll turn the legs over a little bit, and just didn't go well. So highs and lows, and also I'm tired. This is the first time all year where I've been like, you know what, I need a holiday. I probably haven't taken a proper holiday since starting the Performance Project in like 2 years, so I'm due a few days off.
Yes, you are due a few days off, and I really hope that our athletes give you a few days off. Somehow I don't think anyone needs coaching advice on Christmas Day.
I was literally just thinking of someone I know who was going to message me. I can't remember.
Well, don't throw them under the bus.
Yeah. No, I promise I will get messages on Christmas morning and be like, the pool's shut. And I'm like, no shit. Move it to another day.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. No, everyone's good. I think that's the great thing about the Performance Project is like we have so many high performers, not just like as athletes, but just in life. So like if you set boundaries and be like, hey guys, don't message me for 3 days. everyone's like, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about that.
Nah, boundaries are good with everything though. I was only talking to you about this today, saying,
Yeah, we are actually.
Yeah, you got to set some sort of boundaries. Otherwise, you'll just completely burn out.
Mm. It's hard though, like right when everything's going so well and it's growing, you're like, well, those actions are getting me the result that I want, so I must do more of those actions. But then obviously there is a point where that's a tipping point, and then it's also your demise. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fine line between doing a lot and achieving your goal, but then doing too much and then burning out, and then everything crashes and burns. So yeah, I get what you mean, because you're hustling and it is paying off, but then you're kind of like, okay, maybe this isn't going to work long term.
Yeah. Especially now where I'm like normally I'm so excited. I won't mention exactly what we were talking about, but normally I'm so excited to do the thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my God, there's like this many left before the end of the year. Hurry up and get it over and done with.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, that just is what it is. Where are you, Georgia? Highs and lows? How you doing, mate?
Highs and lows. New bike. So I took it for a ride on Sunday, which is awesome. So cool. Like you can totally notice the difference between my old bike and my new bike. My old bike was fine, like it worked, but the clicking sounds and changing gears where you have to like really push it in to change the gear, as opposed to like electric gears where you just like tap it and it changes. Yeah. Like it is phenomenal. I was like, what is going on here? But I need to get it fitted because I could tell that I was just like achy all over as soon as I got off the bike. And it was just like super hot. So the session wasn't very good. But yeah, look, to be honest, no real lows, just still trying to find my feet again. It is very humbling when you go from, running every day, sometimes twice a day, and going to the gym and doing all these things and running marathons to like, I don't think I have the energy today to do anything. So that's all right though. It's, it's the end of the year. So I'm sure that's what a lot of people are feeling right now. But yeah, other than that, just wrapping things up at work. I'm so busy. So I'm just wrecked from work really.
Yeah. I mean, you in your line of work, this is like go time. So
yeah, it's literally the busiest time of the year, like so much so that we haven't even had time to have a Christmas party at work because we're just like, we don't have time. And even the night where we do have time, we're kind of just like, we want to go home.
Yeah. I don't want to see you again.
Yeah. So we kind of just got takeaway and was like, this'll do.
This'll do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's fine. Just trying to catch up with friends before we go away. I'm really excited for that. Going up to Port Douglas, which will be really cool. And we're staying
near... stay in Palm Cove.
Yeah.
Ironman Cairns. Yeah. Getting ready for next year. Love it.
Yeah, no. But yes, we are staying up in Palm Cove, which will be really cool. So I'm excited for that. So should be interesting. Family holidays are always really fun, but also, hanging out with family for 10 days straight is always interesting.
No thanks.
So yes, we'll see how we go with that.
Yeah. I've got my my Christmas down to like 36 hours and I'm in and out. That's me done.
It's so funny. I can't believe that. We're so different because like my Christmas, I'm so used to like so many people and kids running around and food coming out your eyeballs. But yeah, now this year will be a bit different, but that's okay.
Yep. I mean, we're going down to Sam's mum's, so we'll have the whole family, the whole shebang on her side, but we're in and out. We're going down Christmas Eve, leaving like after Christmas lunch, like in and out.
You're like,
see
bye.
Hooroo.
Oh, very good. So we should get into actually, no, before we get into today's episode, I forgot I did this. I did a bit of
Georgia loves a game.
I love a game. Just like little icebreaker, you know what I mean? Just get things going.
What are you trying to get going, Georgia? You're a married woman.
Your energy, Matt, your energy. Oh, God, way to turn it weird. Nick's going to be listening to this being like, what the hell? These two weirdos. I thought we'd do a game of this or that. So I'm going to say two things and we both have to choose which one we would rather. Some of these I was like, I know exactly what Matt's going to say and I know exactly what I'll say. So
I'm pretty predictable. So yeah, let's do it.
It's been too nice and quick fire. So we don't need to think about it too much. All right. This or that. Morning run or night run?
Morning run.
Morning. Solo run or group run?
Solo.
Group. Music or silence?
Silence.
Music. Flat watch or like fully charged watch? Obviously, what would you rather? It's a silly question.
Fully charged?
Do you prefer running with a watch on or like not looking at your watch at all? Kind of was the vibe I was going for there.
I'm too much of a data nerd not to, so I
Okay.
like to look at it, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I prefer to look at my watch. Negative splits or even splits?
Even.
Yeah, I prefer even, but I can't really do it. So mine's the opposite.
Yeah.
Hills or fast-paced intervals?
For trail running, hills; for marathon, fast intervals.
Yeah, me too. Intervals. Long run alone or long run with mates?
Always alone.
Mates.
Or unless trail running, I'll run with mates.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah.
New shoes or your old favorites?
Old favorites.
Yeah, I like new shoes. I
Yeah,
love me
you
a pair of
would.
new shoes.
Yeah.
Running in the rain or running in the heat?
Heat.
Rain. Love it. Only get wet once. Running on the treadmill or running around a track?
Track.
Track. Yeah, treadmill sucks. Running by feel or running by your watch? We kind of just did that. Running by my watch is my favorite.
I try and run by feel as much as I can, but then I use the watch as like just a correction.
Yeah, fair enough. Start easy or absolutely send it?
Depends how far it is.
5K.
Send it.
Send it. Coffee before or coffee after your run?
Both.
Both. After. I can't have one before. Yuck. Gels or real food? On a run. Normal run.
In real food.
Real food. Yeah. Or that's a hard one. I feel like if I was in a training block, I'd just choose gels because they're easier. But I know you prefer real food. A big crowd or a quiet course?
I think for a race, I want a big crowd.
Yeah, me too. Big crowd. Although at Sydney, I was getting overwhelmed by the crowd. I was a bit like, oh, it's too many people.
On Sydney, they're right on top of you, though. Like, they really push the limits of where they're allowed to be. Where, like, maybe in like an Ironman, they're pretty strict on.
Yeah,
you got a bit more
true.
room. Yeah.
Swim or bike?
Bike.
I think swim for me. Right now, until I maybe try my bike out a bit more. Maybe I'll say that. Training hungover or with a really bad cold?
Cold.
Cold. Ugh, hungover sucks. And last one, chafe between your legs or blisters on your feet?
I'll take blisters and tape them.
Yeah, I'd take blisters too because chafe between your legs sucks.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it. Once you start putting anti-chafe on something that's already chafed, it still hurts.
Oh, and then it just stings. And then you get in the shower and it's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. But blisters, if you put tape over them, you can just start running. It's like pain-free.
Yeah, so true. So
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
All right, we should get stuck into our topic for today. And we are going to chat all about our goals for the last year that we had set for 2025 and then what our goals are for 2026. So, Matt, what were your goals this year?
My big goal was obviously to do a sub 10-hour Ironman, which I did not complete. So I guess that was like my A goal. Had a whole bunch of goals at the performance project that I obliterated, or we obliterated.
Can you share some of those without stats?
Yeah. So one goal was, we actually set this at the end of Q3, so like September. We said if by the end of financial year 2026 we could have 75 athletes, that would be awesome. I think as of today we've got 87. So where in like 2 months we went over that by an extra 12 athletes. So we're 8 months ahead of schedule on that one.
So good. Go on.
Yeah. We hired 2 coaches.
Yes.
We put on Georgia as head of community, brought on Georgia as an owner. I mean, they're goals/highlights, but yeah, like heaps of stuff. Doing a huge investment into the community platform that we're building. We launched our performance media with Beyond the Finish Line and our mini doco series, which Georgia was our first. And we got Project 100 launching in a week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like heaps, mate, heaps. Ran 100K. It wasn't a goal, but I did it.
You did it?
Yeah.
When did that become a thing? Like, when did you decide you were going to do that?
Maybe like 10 weeks before I did it.
Okay.
Because that's about when I injured my, probably a bit more, maybe like 18 weeks, when I injured my shoulder and I couldn't do Bustleton.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe like 18, probably like 4 months before.
Yeah.
Even then, it still wasn't like this huge goal. I was just like, oh, I just need something to do. So I'll go do that.
Cool. There's
But
some
yeah, I
pretty
wanted to,
epic goals.
yeah, and I wanted to break 15 hours in the 100K, but I didn't do that either. So my two big performance goals I didn't hit, but all of my business goals crushed.
How does it feel with your performance goals not hitting them?
Um, the Ironman one hurts.
Yeah.
The 100K one I am less than not even upset about. It's just like I didn't know what I didn't know. Like that's my first one.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. But the Ironman one hurts. And because like, it so far in advance, like probably like 50, 60 Ks into the bike, I was like, oh, it's probably not going to happen. And like, it's a long time to be in your
Disappointed.
thoughts, knowing that you've trained for 6, 8, 12 months for this day, and 2 hours in, 3 hours in, it's done. And it's like, that kind of sucks.
That does.
But yeah, I mean, just is what it is. Like it sucks. It sucks. It just sucks. Like I think about it every day,
Oh.
every single day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll get there. Like do you know realistically when you'll be able to give it a go again? Or
It's
not yet?
probably not for 12 months. Probably not to
Okay.
Western Australia. Just with how number one next year, the race calendar is packed. So many events. But with the way the performance project is growing, for me to be able to dedicate 25 to 30 hours a week of training for 12 to 16 weeks, I need to do so much work ahead of time to put systems in place, to train up staff, probably have to put on, like just from a business perspective, I probably have to put on one staff member just to cover that 16 weeks of me, to help me. So there's just like, it's so much more now. I can't just go and do it. Where previously it was just like, I'm training for this and I'll just take care of everything else afterwards. Like my world isn't like that anymore. So realistically, it'll be Ironman Western Australia 2026.
To the end of the year. I guess that's what people don't really think about when they sign up to races, or they have, you have to consider your life as well as the goal. It's like people always joke, oh, George is going to do an Ironman. I'm like, I couldn't fit it in. I genuinely couldn't fit it in. And I know friends who are training for Ironmans and stuff at the moment, but it's their full-time job. Like they're freelancers, so they can just pick up work whenever they want. Whereas 6 days in the office, I'm like, I don't know where I'd find the time. And so, yeah, I guess, the performance project is your baby. So physically and, mentally and everything, it's like having a child. So you have to consider that, because you can't just drop everything and be like, oh, well, you guys fend for yourselves.
Yeah. And I think it's weird. I get almost, if not more, joy and reward from like making sure those guys hit their goals and making sure like that community is thriving. And I think that's like that attention to detail and that just like consistent commitment to excellence has like really paid off. So I do not want to stop doing that. So that will always be, if I have to sacrifice my goals to make sure that everyone else hits theirs, that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, any kind of goal you'd have to sacrifice stuff. This is just a different kind of goal. It's not, it's endurance because it's business and you have to be fully committed and, doing all these things, but it's just not sport related.
Yeah, 100%. But it's like, there is still I think the thing that like haunts me almost about it is, there is a very real possibility. Like I just turned 33 and that's not super old, but like in terms of athletic prime, I don't have many good years left in front of me. So it's like, how much faster can I go? Like if I don't get this done in the next year or two, it might be one of those things that I never did. And that'll be something that would really upset me if I never did it.
Nah. See, I just don't believe that. I honestly
don't think that will happen.
I don't see it happening. I think you've got too much like grit and determination to not let that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I fully agree with you, but I'm also very aware of like the alternate reality where it does happen.
Yeah, I get that. I know it's like me trying to get a Boston qualifier. I'm like, I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Yeah,
for me.
there is a world where you never qualify for Boston, and it's like that's just the cards that you've dealt. Like even if I do go sub 10, like I might never go to Kona because the guys are just getting faster and faster and faster. So that's like, that might be something I have to live with.
Yeah.
Same with Mont Blanc. Like I might never qualify for that. So who knows?
Who
But yeah,
knows? Yeah.
like I said, it's just, if it's a sacrifice I have to make for the good of all of my other athletes, I would do that 99 times out of 100.
Well, that's what makes you a great coach. So
Try to be.
try to be.
Doing my best.
Oh, very good.
What about you, Georgia? Let's go through. You've had a biggie. You've had a far more successful year on the performance front than I have.
Well, look, I'm no, full on athlete, but I did hit my own personal goals.
You are the fastest marathon runner on this podcast.
Hey, at the rate you're going, I might still be for the next couple of years.
Hey, yeah.
I'm joking. Okay.
Gold Coast Marathon, bro. This title will be mine. I want a trophy and everything.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting you're doing that. We'll go through what you're doing next year in a sec. So me, what did I do this year? One of my goals was to get into London Marathon, and we managed to do that, which was really cool. If you go back and listen to the first half of the year, well, first couple of months of the year, all I did was talk about trying to get into London. So that was pretty cool. Getting, given the tickets to that was like incredible. And not having a goal was interesting, just running for fun. So it actually wasn't fun. It was very hard.
Painful.
Painful, but we had a great time, and it'll always be an incredible memory. But yeah, my biggest goal, of course, was my sub 4 in late August. That was at Sydney Marathon, and that's been my goal for 18 months. So that was amazing to get that. I think the day I got it, I remember you saying to me, Matt, you're like, you'll feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulders, and you might not feel like you need to do another marathon after this. And it's been really interesting because I actually think you're all right. It has just been a huge weight off my shoulders. It's like I've achieved it. I'm really proud of myself. And now I go, I don't need to, push myself to do another one unless it's like a New York or something like that really
an experience one for sure.
Yeah, it brings me lots of joy and makes you super excited. I didn't have any urge to sign up for Sydney this year.
Out for holiday as well. Like Meg got into Chicago, one of our performance project athletes. Like she's going to go sightsee for a couple of weeks, go run and do a couple more weeks of sightseeing. Like that sounds awesome.
Yes, that is my kind of marathon. That is to me at the moment, that's what I want to do. I want to just sign up for stuff like that. So yeah, that was an amazing goal to do. And the doco that you did with the performance media and watching that, I watch that all the time, and it still gives me goosebumps, and I'm still so proud of myself for achieving that. But yeah, it's been a huge weight off my shoulders. I just feel like I'm not putting any pressure on myself anymore. And yeah, I get to just kind of run for fun. But in saying that, it did take it out of me, and I did lose the joy for running a little bit. So it's been, well, what are we now? September, October, like 4 months. And I'm kind of only just being like, oh, I really feel like going for a run. So yeah, bit of sacrifice there. I think trained for 9 months to then get to, 4 months of being like, I don't really want to go for a run. But yeah, other than that, there was no other big goals that I hit this year that I had. The marathon.
You only really had 2 big races. That was it.
Yeah, I only really had 2 big races. I did a few other races just for fun, but that was just for fun. So, my other goals were just growing the podcast, which we have done, and I'm so proud of us for that. And helping out with the business as much as I can. I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd come on as a co-owner, so that was really cool and a very amazing it wasn't a goal because I never thought it was going to be something that I would achieve, but yeah, something cool to tick off and makes me more passionate and makes me want to keep doing amazing things for our community. So seeing everyone, saying such nice things about the community and it growing and stuff is really cool. So I love that. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I almost think all the spontaneous goals are like kind of what makes the year. It's like, yes, we had these big ones, but then it's all like the little side shoots that happen. You're like, oh yeah, and that just fills everything in.
Yeah, when you actually look back at the year, you're like, wow, it's actually crazy how much we've achieved personally and, with the business and everything. I had some really big business goals for my own business that I wanted to achieve this year. And I think as of the other day, I hit them, which is really cool. Yeah, it's not really goals I can really share. I guess it's kind of personal, like numbers and stuff like that, and working with some amazing brands and just being, I guess, true to myself, making sure I'm not just taking any old deal just for the money, and making sure that I'm sticking to kind of my own values and making sure it's stuff that I truly believe in, which is really good. And yeah, I've built some amazing relationships with brands that I work with now and I continue to work with on a regular basis. So yeah, they've all been amazing, and they don't even mind that I haven't been running as much, and they're all keen to try new things with me, which is really cool too. So yeah, kicking goals in that business side of things too.
Yeah. One habit, we just sort of hit on it before. One habit I started maybe 2 years ago. So I have like on this wall to my right, guys on YouTube, you'll see me pointing. I have like this huge and like one of those big annual calendars. And
Yeah.
like whenever something happens, I just like write it in on the day, just like one noteworthy thing. Don't do it every day, but just when something happens. So like made Georgia a co-owner, like that would be on there
Yeah.
as an example. And then I don't really look at it until the end of the year, and then I'll look at it and be like, I started the year with 7 things on this, and it might be Ironman, whatever. This want to hit this goal, blah blah blah. And then at the end of the year, you look at it and there's like 300 things on there, and you're like, fuck, like that was all the little things you forget. Just fill it in, and it's like, yeah, it's a cool exercise to do.
That's awesome. I love that. You could probably do it if you didn't have like a big wall calendar like that. You could pull up like a yearly calendar on Canva and do it.
Yeah, for sure.
That way, which would be great. I love that.
The only reason I do it on the thing is because like I have to walk past it every day. Like if I had to bring up Canva, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's like I've got the whiteboard markers right next to my desk. Something happens, I just write it, and then I look at it at the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. I do similar. I don't write down all of the things that I've achieved, which I'm going to do that next year. I love that. But I do a bit of it sounds a bit woo-woo. I do a bit of like a dream board, quote unquote, on Canva. So I'll just like paste images that I've found and make like notes about like, say, how much money I want to make or goals that I want to hit, or like, for example, on my dream board was like London Marathon was one, running a sub 4 hour was one. Yeah, there was heaps of different ones. Like last year I had on there I put a picture of myself hosting a run club, and there was like it wasn't actually me, it was someone else. But in the background was like a ton of people at the run club. And then I did that at the start of this year, I think, with my friend Julie. We hosted a run club and 150 people came. And so I was like, wow, that's so cool. So I go back and like look at the pictures that I've like pasted on this very visual collage. And then I'm like, oh, I actually achieved a lot of that. So yeah, super cool. I'm a bit like that. I just visually like to lay it out that way.
It's really interesting because obviously we just did performance project goal setting for 2026. And I think it's, again, everyone who listens to this podcast know how yin and yang you and I are. You're like, I visualize it, I talk about it, and I'm like, this is the math, these are the numbers, do A, B, C, and it will equal D every single time. And George's like, maybe we should draw a picture.
Do you have a graph for that?
Yeah. George is just drawing like 400 stick figures and like lots of athletes.
Honestly, though, I'm a bit like that. I'm like, I need visual cues. So when sometimes Matt will be like, oh, we want to hit X, Y, Z, and here's the data, and it's like a
I've
table.
got like this equation,
I'm like, sorry, does this mean this? I'm so visual, like numbers have never been my thing, which is so random because I was actually very good at maths in school. But now I'm just like, I need pictures.
If it's not a pop-up book, I'm not reading it.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, God. I get shit at work and I get shit on the podcast. Oh, anyway.
That's what makes it works, mate.
What have you got planned for 2026?
Events-wise?
Yeah, events, goals, what's happening?
I mean, realistically, my two big goals are, well, my biggest goal is I'm basically spending a full year preparing to do a sub 10-hour Ironman. That's kind of how I'm reframing it in my mind because I'm coming back from injury. I've given myself a full year to get back to full fitness, be able to balance it all with work. So like Ironman WA is my primary goal and full focus on that. All of my secondary goal is I still think I have unfinished business in the 100K. I know it was my first one, but I didn't get the race that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I want to go to UTA it's on my calendar.
May?
It's in May, mid-May. And I might do 16 hours because UTA is a little bit of a tougher course. I need to have a think about that, 15 or 16 hours. But I just want to have a good race start to finish. I don't want to self-destruct. And then this is where it gets a little bit fucking rogue. My fun races. In 10 weeks, I'm doing half Ironman New Zealand. And that's just as like a bit of fun, see where I'm at, see can I get back to just like baseline triathlon fitness.
Yeah.
8 weeks after that and 3 weeks before UTA, I'm doing Ironman Western Sydney. And just going to go full clip at that and have a really good race. 2 weeks after New Zealand, I'm doing the 50K at Ridgy Didge. So that'll be a bit of fun.
Ridgy Didge.
Ridgy Didge in Lithgow, that's a sick event. You guys get around. If you go down to Ridgy Didge, check it out. It's a vibe.
That must be so Australian to our international listener.
Oh, yeah. Guys, seriously. If you're going to go anywhere, come down to Lithgow, fly into Sydney, 3 hours southwest, hit Lithgow. Thank me later. Nothing's going on there. Then I'll do GC Marathon, where I need to reclaim my title as fastest marathon runner on the podcast. So I just need to run sub 350 something.
357.
Yeah, but I think I'll try and give like 315 a crack or 320 a crack, something like that. I just said that to fuck with you, Georgia. Yeah, I will probably try and run definitely sub 330, but I haven't decided yet. I just got to see how the body is after UTA. Then
I'm gonna be on the sidelines, just being like, no.
George's gonna be like one of those old school cartoons, like the rope tied around it pulls it to try and trip me.
Just so I can, stay the fastest marathon runner.
In September, I got Lonely Mountain, so I'll probably do 50K there.
Yeah.
And then Ironman Western Australia. And then we've got like 6 training camps for the Performance Project in there as well.
God. Geez, you've got some events on.
Yeah, I think we worked out I'm traveling like 37 weeks of the year so far for events, whether that's for racing or for Performance Project.
Crazy.
Yeah. Because then we got Sydney Marathon, we've got all the other Ironman races, we've got Hoka, like there's heaps of just events where I'm just going to coach. So it's a big year.
It's a big year.
Big year. I'm tired now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love
you
that
need
for
more
me.
time off. You need a year to get used to the year.
Prepare for it. Yeah.
Gosh, and here I am. I've got one race booked in, which is
and your race is on my calendar, so sick.
Hey, at least it's like half an hour from your house. I did you a solid there and thought I'm gonna pick one that's really close.
Oh, is that why you picked it? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the moment with my training, I still don't even know if I'm going to get to the start line. So we'll see how we go. Yeah. That's my one and only race for the year that's locked in. I was sent a list of races the other day by one of my sponsors, and they were like, oh, here's a list of kind of races and stuff to have a think about for the year ahead. And I was just like, oh, I don't even know what I want to do. So I think next year I really want to focus on our athletes, and I've always, and like my friends, because the last couple of years everyone's been so incredible supporting me, and like my best friends have come to like most of my marathons. So my best friend is doing Sydney Marathon, so I want to spend the whole day just like completely running around the course, like cheering her on, cheering on our other athletes. She's part of the Performance Project as well, so that helps. I just want to give that a crack. I want to go out to Western Sydney and cheer everyone on for the half Ironman out there. And I think some people are doing full. Is it a full out there as well? Just a half, right? Yeah. So I'm going to go out there and cheer on our athletes out there, and just, I don't know, kind of have a fun year of just cheering people on. And if there's a race that I feel like doing and I can see a race, I'll do it. But I don't really have any goals this year coming. I think just staying consistent is my goal.
Like we sort of spoke about in previous episodes, I think when you were talking about should I do Wagga half or not,
yeah,
I was like if you don't need a goal, like you just need to do what makes you happy. So it's like, just because there is nothing on the calendar doesn't mean you can't train, doesn't mean you can't get better. It's just like nothing tickles your fancy, and that's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, nothing is really doing it for me right now. I'm just a bit like, I just want to get back to like run clubs and like catching up with friends. And, if a friend messages and is like, hey, do you want to go for a run and get a coffee? I can actually do it instead of being like, oh, I'm really sorry. I've got like this hectic tempo session I need to do, So I'm keen to do that and like help my friends out with their long runs, like if she's got, I don't know, she's like, I've got a 28K or something. I could be like, you know what? I can go out and like plod along with you and we can chat. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe, who knows? It could change. Let's check back in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gun to your head holding you to it for the rest of the year, is it? Like, if friggin' 2 weeks out from Gold Coast Marathon, you're like, I'll do the 10K. It's like, you can do 10K.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to come up for it. So
yeah,
that'd be good. Maybe I will. Although the 10K, I'm pretty sure sold out, or it was like super expensive just to do the 10K.
Yeah,
and I was just
Sam was going to do it. It was like $150 or something. I was like, for 10Ks.
That is insane. Honestly, I'd rather just run along the water and then be like, yay.
I said to Sam, so I'll go for a 10K run with you, mate. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll just do our own one.
Yeah, exactly.
10K run club, and then we'll just make our own medals. I'll buy you a beer at the pub.
But legit.
Yeah, so yeah, look, I think, as I said, the year is just, I want to focus on my friends and like, even if I can't, I don't know, if I can't do Stockton for whatever reason, like Nick is doing it. So go and support him, and yeah, we'll see. So,
I really liked how you framed it, of being like, your first reaction was, I just want to support all the people who supported me.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, that's really cool, because like so much of your brand has been bringing people into running and then following you. And now you get to like almost push them further, but from the other angle.
Yeah. Yeah. So and like hopefully maybe I can do some more run clubs and things like that. Stuff that kind of brings me a lot of joy, because when I get really busy with races and training and stuff, it's really hard to fit in run clubs around long runs and my own training, and then I'm missing out and stuff like that. So, someone said to me the other day, she was like, oh, I'm here from like this beautiful girl came up to me in the street, and she's like, oh my God, hi. She's like, I follow you. I live in Singapore. She's like, I was really hoping you'd do a run club over Christmas. And I was like, oh my God, hi. So I want to do more of that, like, like do more stuff for the community. So yeah, which I guess is why I love my community role at Performance Project.
I mean, we picked the right person.
Yeah. The gal who just loves people.
Yeah. I mean, no shit, that didn't fucking work when I was doing it. It's like, everyone good. All right, that was my community announcement for the week.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. Everyone give me a thumbs up if you're alive. Awesome. Community check-in done.
Cool. Well, that's kind of our goals for the year. Maybe this will prompt you guys that are listening from home or wherever you're listening to write down your goals that you achieved this year, write down your goals for next year, and maybe you could implement Matt's idea of the calendar, or you could implement my dream board kind of collage thing, and yeah, see what the year holds for you.
If anyone knows of a last man standing race in the second half of the year, post Gold Coast Marathon, let me know. I'm itching to do. I really want to like go full send at a last man standing. So anyone knows one, let me know. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Fun one.
A fun one. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's jump into some listener questions. I have a question here from Claudia. She has said, what is the maximum amount of B races in an A race block that I can do?
How long's a piece of string, mate? Probably 2, realistically. Depends on how important, like, it depends on what the goal of the B race is. If it is just have fun, 2 or 3, you're sweet. Normally with my athletes, when we pick a B race, we want to get something out of it. So whether that is we want to practice a fueling strategy, or like, hey, we want you to maybe do a cruisy, let's say it's a half marathon, cruisy 10Ks, and we want you to neg split the back 11. It's like we always go take our B races with a certain goal with it. So it's a little bit of what you want to do. If you're just going to have fun, doesn't really make a difference. If you're going with a certain objective, then 2 or 3 is probably as much as I would do.
Yeah. And you and I always did that with any of the races that I did. They were always used as training stuff. I know one time I had a 10K race, and the first half of the 10K races, you were like, you have to do it easy. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
But when you
definitely.
did that, 10K was still a long way for you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, they definitely make sure there's like goals for them. I think just doing them for no real reason, sometimes it's a bit counterproductive, I
Yeah,
found.
for
For
sure.
me, I probably shouldn't have done City to Surf this year
Mm.
because I think it just made my hip and everything worse. But I wanted to do it and I was like, I regret doing that. But
Yeah.
anyway, what do you do?
Yeah. And just map it out like a long way in advance. Don't just decide 2 weeks before. Like if you map out where race, like I think Georgia told me about she wanted to do City to Surf like the week of or the weekend before or something. So I was like, we've already written the training block. But if you plan it out, then you can make it work for you.
Don't be me. I'm like
Don't be
the
Georgia.
worst person to coach. Lucy has said, how to mentally and physically come back from an injury after 1 month and start all over again.
I mean, we're both going through this.
I don't think a month you would be starting all over again. I think
No.
you'd still have a decent amount of fitness there that you're probably just starting, you just lost a little bit of fitness. Mentally, I think just remind yourself that, you've gotten this far in the first place. So, you have got there, and if you can do it once, you can do it again is kind of where I always stand with it. I'm like, once upon a time that used to be really hard to me and now it's not. So if it's hard to me now, it will get better. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because I've had an injury for nearly 12 months and it's only just now getting better after having 3 months off pretty much. So yeah, it's tough. Matt, more
Yeah.
encouraging advice.
I mean, I'm a month, like George said, like you wouldn't have lost much fitness or conditioning. My general rule of thumb is for like a short period of time off, and I would consider a month a short period of time. So if you get through 2 weeks of consistent training, you'd be surprised how much progress you can make in 2 weeks. So I'm just like, just get through like that's what I'm saying to myself at the moment.
Yeah.
I've pretty much had a month off since COSI. I've had 6 months off of triathlon training, and I'm just like, just get through 2 weeks. Just get through 2 weeks. 2 weeks of consistency. So by New Year's, I'm expecting to be like, okay, what felt impossible when I first started training, it'll be like manageable, and then in 2 more weeks, I'll be like, oh, I'm like 80% of where I was pre-COSI. Like that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, and I was talking to my friend this week. She's training for Sydney Marathon and she just got a stress fracture anyway, and she's saying, I'm really upset because, my runs were getting really good and I was actually making progress and I was actually getting some really cool long runs in. And she's like, now I'm going to have to start all over again. And I was like, I don't think you will. I think you'd be surprised how quickly you'll pick it back up.
Muscle memory is a real thing.
Yeah, for sure. And so I think being like, oh, I have to start all over again, I don't think that mindset's really helping you. So
No.
Yeah, just try and remind yourself of all the things you've achieved so far. And then
I'm actually going through a really cool thing at the moment where it's like this mental war that I'm having where the athlete part of me is like, what the fuck? Like, you are so unfit. It's like very, very aggressive towards myself, right? The very negative thoughts. But then the coaching part of my brain is like, how cool is this? You get to be a beginner again, but with all the mental experience of like an athlete who's done it. So it's like you get to go through, start from the beginning and rewrite all of the mistakes. So you'll actually get to where you were. You'll be fitter, you'll be faster, and you'll get there in less time because you know all the wrong turns and you won't go down them. So I'm actually like trying to reframe my mind and be like, I get to be a beginner again, which is such a rare occurrence.
Yeah, a beginner, but with all the experience of someone who's not. That's so cool. I love that. I'm going to turn that into a quote. Okay, we have a little bit of a longer one here from Erin that came in just before we started recording. So I haven't changed any of this. I've just copied it straight from the message she sent our inbox. So Erin has said, my question is a little bit long-winded. Last year, I was meant to run my first marathon, but unfortunately, I came down very sick a month out and wasn't able to recover in time. This year, I've secured a spot in Melbourne Marathon in October, and I'm very excited / nervous. My question is, October is a long way off. What can I be doing now to continue building my fitness? I enjoy running and my main focus is running for a clearer mind. My marathon goal is to make it to the start line and then finish. I'm just about to finish a block of trying to improve my 5K time. I like weekly structure for my runs as it gives me something to look forward to. Do you have any suggestions? So how can she what can she be doing now to continue building her fitness until October?
I mean, you say it's a long way. It's only 10 months. Like that'll go like that. Like a beginner
Yeah.
marathon runner, your marathon block is probably going to be 16, 18 weeks, something like
Yeah.
that. So there's 4 months. Do a 3 or 4 month base building block. Okay, there's 8 of the 10 months already gone. So I would say you would just want to do like a very, very classic base building block, which is a lot of zone 2 work and a lot of VO2/threshold work. So Monday, easy run. Tuesday, a VO2 style run, which could be like 30-second intervals, 1-minute intervals, up to 2 or 3-minute intervals. And then maybe Thursday, you're doing slightly longer intervals that are just a fraction slower. So those VO2 intervals, your new 5K pace that you just worked at, hitting it at that pace. Your threshold intervals, hitting it at maybe 15 to 20% less than that. So I don't know, 15 to 30 seconds. Probably not that much. Probably 15 seconds slower, 20 seconds slower per kilometer. And then a nice long run, nice and cruisy, just zone 2 in it, building up to sort of 15 to 18 Ks. I'd like for my first marathon runners, I would like them to finish their base building block, their long run being anywhere between 15 kilometers and a half marathon.
Yeah. Do you think she could do, like, obviously she trained quite far into, I remember I spoke to Erin about this quite a few times before
Yeah, I
her
remember that
marathon.
she did a question saying like, how do I get better in time?
Yeah. And so that was heartbreaking to see because she got really far into her training block and then couldn't do the marathon. Could she do like a bit of a half marathon training block in the meantime to
If a
kind of,
half marathon interests her,
yeah,
yeah. If we're talking just
like weekly structure?
just weekly structure, I would just follow that. If there's a half marathon she wants to do, like Gold Coast is perfect timing, like that's in July. You could do a half marathon block into that and then go July into October doing the full marathon block. You could even do a base building block into a half marathon block into a full marathon block that way. But from just like what she put in the question, I would just be like, it's just a solid base building block. That's almost always the default answer if you're not sure what to do.
Yeah. And then in terms of your health and well-being, it can be a bit nerve-wracking coming into another marathon block and being like, what if I get sick again? I think it was super unfortunate that she did get sick and she couldn't do the marathon. I think being that sick it's very rare to see someone who gets that sick who then can't do it after 4 weeks. So I think maybe in this next block, focusing on, just doing things that are making sure you're not getting too exhausted and too burnt out that your immune system is really low and then you do get really sick. So, making sure I don't know, maybe see your doctor and see what supplements you can take to help
Get
with
your
that.
blood tests, make sure you're having enough calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strength training, things like that. So, avoiding injury. Yeah. I always take vitamin C. I love the Pillar Performance vitamin C. I always have that in the months leading up to a big race just to top up my stores. But yeah, I think health and well-being always gets overlooked and making sure you're taking rest days and stuff. So yeah, I think just focusing on that as well as the training into your next block, I think that'll really help as well.
Yeah, agree.
Agree. Cool. I have a couple more questions here. Hey, Georgia and Coach Matt. I've just started running after being in the gym every day for most of my adult life. I feel super guilty every time I take a rest day. How do I change my mindset so that I don't feel so bad about taking a rest day? Thanks, Jess.
I have a very different idea on rest days than I think most people do. I think most people think they need rest days when they really don't. They just don't periodize their training, I guess, correctly. So most people, when they train, they just go all out, full send, and they think like that's super productive. And they can be in the gym, and it can be with maybe like sports like AFL or footy or whatever. And then, yes, you do need a rest day because your central nervous system's generally cooked. When we talk about endurance sports, it's like really trying to balance this, you almost want to try and balance it with so much easy work that you never need a rest day. So
Yeah.
you're just sort of ticking it over, just like one hard day, 3 easy days, one hard day, 3 easy days. And you're just kind of just trying to keep the ball rolling for as long as you can. I would encourage you, unless you're like a brand new runner, and then we start talking about things like your body just can't handle the volume and stress fractures and shin splints are a real thing. I would encourage you just to moderate your intensity and keep using the gym as much as you can. So 3 or 4 strength sessions and 3 or 4 runs, you should be good as gold. Like you should be able to balance that, especially if you know how to, if you're an experienced strength trainer, you should know
Yeah.
how to balance that central nervous system load so you're not fried and have super bad DOMs. I think if you do that, you would be surprised how long you could actually go without a rest day.
Yeah, and it sounds like, Jess, that the gym is probably your happy place, seeing as you've been doing it, full time your whole life. So I think if you want to use your rest day, use it as the gym day, because it's probably somewhere where you completely switch off. You're not going too hard. You could go in and do like an awesome full body workout or like a stretch session or something like that. Use those as your rest days instead of, laying on the couch and feeling guilty for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Some
Also,
people like that.
great days to cross train, jump on the bike, go to the pool, stair climber. Like you don't have to. A rest day doesn't necessarily mean laying on the lounge doing nothing. It's like there are other options
Yeah.
that you do. Go for a walk. Take the
Yeah, I
dog
was
for a
going to
walk.
say,
Yeah.
go for a walk. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the beach.
If you want to take your rest day as a day where you lay on the couch, like by all means, you do whatever you want. I've done that before or stuff like that. But usually my rest days in a big training block were always just, I was doing 10,000 steps at work. So I just didn't do a physical activity, but I was still walking, I was moving, I'd come home, I'd stretch, that kind of thing. So yeah, don't feel guilty about it. Just do what you need to do. But maybe just reframing what your rest day is will help.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. All right, last question here from Jack. I always feel super crap mentally and physically after races, even if I get a PB. Is that normal? And how do you get your motivation back after it?
That's a tough question. I mean, post-race blues are a real thing. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I think a big thing we do at the Performance Project is we're always thinking 3 years in advance with our athletes. It's like, yes, and there is the outliers, say Georgia's sub 4, where after that, like there was no goal because like we'd spent 18 months getting to that goal. And for me, sub 10, it's like we spent 2 and a bit years getting to that goal. And maybe when I go sub 10, I will be like, oh, I don't feel the need to do another Ironman for a while. Maybe that's a thing. I'd say one thing we always try and do has been like reframing the goal you're going for now as a process goal towards the long-term goal. I think that really, really helps and sort of keeps things in perspective. Because then you sort of like, you finish the goal, finish the race, hit your goal, and you're like, okay, hit that, enjoyed that. Now it's time to get back to work and we're working towards this next thing. I think I think that's the biggest thing that we do is like just constantly having the carrot and the stick, so it's always out in front of you. I don't know. What do you think, Georgia?
I don't know your situation, Jack, or where you live or anything like that, but maybe spending some time around friends who are still interested in the same stuff as you. So join your local run club or go do park runs, stuff like that, especially if you're kind of struggling mentally. I think physically is a different thing. Obviously, you need to take rest and stuff after a big race, but I think mentally being around other people is really helpful. Yeah, go do some fun stuff. You've probably worked really hard to get this PB that you just got. So heading to, local park run, trying out a new run club. We're very fortunate in Sydney that there's so many run clubs that you can go and join, or try something new. If, you're not feeling great, go try swimming for a bit or go to the gym or jump on the bike or, just maybe do something new, something to kind of change the, I guess, rhythm of what you've been doing. Because sometimes after you've done something for so long and you're so exhausted, you're kind of like, what now? Maybe that would help.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that.
Yeah.
Again, not knowing your situation, Jack, the only other thing I would add to it, and definitely take this with a grain of salt as someone who also deals with mental health issues, is sometimes you just need to fucking buck up and get back to work. Sometimes you just gotta put your shoes on and go run for a couple of days, and then it just the flow starts to come back.
Yeah.
And those 2 runs, you might run for 10 minutes and it might feel like 4.5 hours, but like you just do a little bit more and a little bit more, and then that weight starts to lift and you just sort of start to get back into your groove. So definitely take that one with a grain of salt. Obviously, don't know your situation and how severe the mental health issues are, but for someone who does deal with it, that's something that I do for sure.
Yeah. If that works for you, that works for you. Got to get back out there and just rip off the Band-Aid. And
sometimes you just got to be a dickhead to yourself and be like, put my fucking shoes on and I'm going for a run. And that could be like around the block, and like that's your win for the day. So yeah, different people, different things, but yeah.
Yeah, look, sometimes if I'm in a really bad mood, Nick will be like, do you need to go for a run?
Yeah.
So it could be super helpful. But yeah, look, everyone's so different. Some people need to be around people and some people don't. Like, this or that. I like being around people. Matt likes running alone. So that's, that's 2 totally different ways that you can deal with it, whether you're a person who likes people or if you're a person who likes your own thoughts. Do what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Agreed.
Cool. Well, that's all our questions for today. I was going to ask you, Matt, what's happening this week in your training? Anything exciting happening besides Christmas Day?
Christmas Day, my brother-in-law and I were going for a trail run, so that'd be good.
Oh, nice. I love that.
So we're going to time it so we come back right when lunch is served, so that'd be good.
So you don't have to do anything?
Yeah. Mate, was it last year? Last year or the year before? So for people who don't know, I was a chef, like a relatively high level chef, and I go out of my way to never cook for anyone for any reason whatsoever. I hate it. I've done it for so long. I don't want to do it. And I am so grateful for anyone who cooks. They could make me a chicken toasty and the chicken could be raw and I would say, thank you so much. This is amazing. I am so grateful for anyone who cooks, no matter how shit it is. A can of fucking SpaghettiOs, I'll be like, you are the best. Thank you. Georgia, focus.
Sorry, I'm so hungry.
And last year they conned me into it. They're like, could you please do it? And I was like, fine, I'll do it. And then it was a classic. It's just going to be like the 6 or 8 of us, and fucking 40 people ended up coming. And I did the whole thing start to finish. And now I'm just on strike. I just refuse to do it. And I'm like, I will not help. I will not be involved. I will not do anything. So
you're like, this is my one day off.
Yeah, I'm going to walk in right on lunch. I'm going to eat and I'm going to leave. So I'm really excited to get trail running. And just a little bit of I got 10 weeks to get ready for this half Ironman. So just trying to find a little bit of groove. Shoulders pain-free at the moment. So I'm pretty happy with that. Just still trying to find a groove.
Yeah, nice.
How about you, Georgia?
I've got 1.5 days of work left, which I'm so excited for.
A half day on Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Brutal.
But that's okay. I've done it for the last 5 years, so I'm used to it now. And then Christmas Eve, we always spend with Nick's family. So we're doing a big, like his extended family. So we're doing a big, Nick's mum is a very good cook. So she does all these like really fancy, it'll be like beetroot smoked salmon with like a radicchio salad or something like that. I'm like, okay, whatever it is. Yeah. I'm bringing pasta salad. So. And she does like an amazing ham.
You just bring a bag of Percy pigs.
Like, hello.
I brought fizzy pigtails too.
Yeah. So yeah, I take Rocky Road, which is like my specialty.
Oh, love Rocky Road.
I'm a very good Rocky Road gal. Although,
bruh, hook us up. How am I only just hearing about this now? I fucking love Rocky Road.
Really, yeah. Every year I give everyone at my work like a big parcel full of Rocky Road, but my God, it takes forever and it's so stressful. It's like, I'm sure you understand, it's just like you got to melt the chocolate and then by the time you add everything in, you got to make sure the marshmallows don't melt. So like I'm screaming at Nick like, stir. So I'm going to do that. And then, Christmas Day we fly up to Cairns. So
what are this is fucking, sorry for people listening, what are the flight prices on Christmas Day? Are they super expensive?
No, they were really normal. I think our return flights were like $400.
That is, mate, I get fucking rinsed when we go to Ironman Cairns. Like, they
cheap
just see you coming. Yeah, and they're like, hey, triple the price. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, nah, because no one wants to fly Christmas Day. So it's like the cheapest time to fly.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Japan, but my beautiful mother-in-law and Nick couldn't decide what they wanted to do quick enough, so the flights like tripled in time, like by the time we actually went to book. So we're going to Palm Cove, which would be nice. Nice to have a hot
It's
holiday.
basically the same thing.
So yeah, all I'm going to be doing for the next week is running because there's a pool, but it's only like an actual pool, not, a swimming laps pool.
If you're planning on doing a lot of running on Palm Cove, you'll be sadly disappointed.
No, well, yeah, no, we won't be doing it in Palm Cove.
Yeah, because it is a one-street town. It's about 500 meters long.
Yeah, no. We're going to do some like trail walking and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, nice.
I'm excited. But yeah, that's it. I'm excited. But yeah, we have one more episode for you guys, episode 50 that's coming soon.
Guys, we want 50,000 downloads for 50 episodes on our first year. Make sure you share it with a friend. Make sure we hit the goal. We're like 1,300 downloads away. So
we can do it.
We can do it.
Please share it with a friend. But this has been episode 49 of Beyond the Finish Line. Make sure you head over to Instagram and follow us at beyondthefinishline_pod. Head over to wherever you get your podcasts and like, subscribe, download, share it with a friend so we can get our 50,000 downloads for the year. Thank you so much for listening.
Hooroo.
Bye.